Hello good people, and welcome to today's video. With me, Patsy. Jonathan's not here obviously, because today I'm going to be telling you guys how I feel being in a long distance relationship when Jonathan has to leave me or I have to leave him. If you guys don't know who Jonathan is, I'll put a picture up right here. I'll tell you guys how I feel when Jonathan goes away from me, when he goes back home to Sweden. If you guys don't know yet, or you haven't watched our past videos, I'm in a long distance relationship with Jonathan. If you guys haven't seen his video where he talks about how he feels when he leaves and goes away from me and how he feels being in a long distance relationship with me, go check it out. He just posted it, and then you guys can see his perspective on how it feels leaving, and I can tell you my perspective in this video of how I feel when he leaves. And let's get straight into it. As you guys probably already know, it's common sense that when your partner leaves or goes away from you, it can be very hard. It can be rough. It's not like it's like a happy feeling. It's obviously a dreadful, sad feeling, and no one wants to feel that way. I mean, I've already felt it before because it's happened to me, but maybe you guys can relate, and maybe some of you guys have been through it and know what it feels like. Some of you guys probably don't believe that long distance relationships can work out because you're so far away from each other. But in my personal opinion, I think it's worth being in a long distance relationship, because if you find that person that makes you happy, if you find the person that makes you happy and you both genuinely care and love each other, I think distance doesn't matter. Yeah, it sucks that you can't see them every day and hang out with them, but it's like a new experience, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't change it. I personally like being in a long distance relationship with Jonathan because although it's far away, it's worth it. Because we both trust each other. Because trust is really important. If you don't trust the person, then it's obviously not going to work out, because you're always going to have trust issues. But me and him trust each other, so it works out for us. Okay, now, Jonathan has been here before, and I remember he was flying here, you know, and it was the first time I was going to meet him. And I was so nervous. I was like thinking, what if he doesn't like how I look in person because he's only seen me on video? Like, what if I look worse to him in person than FaceTiming him? Because FaceTime, you can do your makeup, you can look good, but when he's there in person, you can't change how you look. So that's part of what I was feeling. I was feeling anxious, nervous, but also excited, you know, because we were talking so long on the phone, and so I couldn't wait to be with him in person and hang out with him in person. So I felt really excited before we met each other. When I saw him in person at the airport, I was like, wow, he looks completely different, because obviously that's the first time I've seen him in person. I've only been seeing him on my phone whenever we FaceTime each other. So I was just like, wow, he looks like a whole different person, but obviously in a good way. And at that point, I wasn't thinking like, oh, I wasn't like counting down the days to when he was leaving, because I was just so happy that in that moment that he was there. So I wasn't thinking about like how he was gonna leave eventually. I was just like enjoying the moment, you know. I wasn't like, oh, 10 days left, oh, 5 days left, oh, 3 days left. I didn't really want to look at it, because it can be frightening or sad or very disappointing to like be counting down how much time you have left. So I just stayed in the moment until it was that time that he had to leave. I just kept being in the moment, hanging out with him, being with him every day that I could until I knew that it would end, that he would have to go back home. And so being in a long distance relationship, because we can only be together for a certain amount of time because I'm in school. He had school, but he just graduated. And so we're living in two separate places. We each have our own life. So it's very hard to see each other like every day, fly to each other when I have school or I have things I have to do and he has things he has to do where he lives. And that's why it can be very challenging. I remember when it was the day before he was about to leave, and I just felt completely terrible. Just sad, disappointed. Like, why does this have to happen right now? When everything was going so great, why does he have to leave? When's the next time I would see him, is what I was thinking. What if I don't see him for years, what I was thinking. Just all these thoughts that would cross my mind. And it's still really hard. Because being with him made me so happy. And so when he leaves, it's like, oh, I have to go back to my world again, my own world. When everything was so much better when he was here. That's how I would feel. I'm like wanting him to stay, but I know he can't because he has to leave. Because he has his parents there and he has his friends. So I obviously can't make him stay because he has his own life. So it just felt really, I was just heartbroken whenever he would have to leave. There was a thing in me that was like, well, obviously he'll come back one day. He won't be gone forever. So I try to think positively like that. That he won't be gone forever and one day he'll come back again. So I just like wait and wait and wait, you know? So I try to feel better by thinking about the good instead of the bad. That he will be back here. I'll see him again eventually. That's what I try to think. When he leaves it, I obviously feel heartbroken. You know, I cry. He cries, but I try to outweigh the positive more than the negative. So I think if any of you guys are thinking about being in a long distance relationship, or you are already in one, to just see the positive more than the negative is what I'm trying to say. And always trust who you're with until they give you a reason not to trust them, because that's what I do. Because if you trust them, there won't be no negativity, you won't fight. Everything will be good. I just can't wait for the day when he won't have to leave anymore. Or I won't have to leave him anymore. So anyways, guys, obviously it can be hard being in a long distance relationship. When Jonathan leaves me, I'm not exactly happy. I'm really sad, I'm really torn down. And I just want to let you guys know that if you are in one, or if you're ever thinking about being in one, to do it. Try it out, see how it feels, see how everything goes. Because there's a lot of positives of it, even though it can be sad not being next to each other. So try it out, see if it works out, and give it a chance, is what I'm trying to say. Because it's not all bad. Like, there's a lot of good things to it. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video of me talking about how I feel. I really got down on my feels. I almost cried, as you guys could see, because I don't really talk about it that much, but I think I should let you guys know how it feels, just in case one of you guys want to be in one, or you guys wonder how it feels, or you guys have personally been in one and you just want to relate to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed listening to how I feel when Jonathan leaves me. And if you have any questions, or if you're going through the same thing, go ahead and comment down below whatever you guys want to ask me, and I will reply to it. Or you can also DM me or Jonathan on Instagram, and I will give you guys advice if you need advice. Or if you just want to talk about your relationship, go ahead and DM me. Comment down below also if you relate to me, if you're in a long distance relationship, and how's it going for you. Go ahead and comment, because I like to hear. If you have stories, go ahead and tell me, because I also like to hear about your guys' stories. Bye guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like and subscribe to our channel. Peace.